Hey y'all, this is Aubrey. This week I'm going to be showing you 4 of the Pioneer Women's recipes to hopefully give you some ideas for some Super Bowl snacks for this upcoming Super Bowl. If that interests you, please stay tuned. These turned out so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So we're gonna whisk up my aesthetically pleasing spices, get it all mixed together. And what is in this is 6 tablespoons of buttermilk powder, 4 teaspoons of garlic powder, 4 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of dill, and then 1 tablespoon of chives. So that is all mixed up and combined. now what we're going to do is whisk away. And we're gonna pour all but about 1 tablespoon of butter on top of the mix. Just a little bit more. Okay, call that good. And then we're gonna dump all but 1 tablespoon of our spices on top. We'll leave that for later. And we'll just start mixing. I just gotta say, this popcorn maker that my parents have, it's at least 30 years old, but it is the best popcorn maker I have ever used. All the ones I have had broken. This one, 30 plus years, still kicking it. I'm gonna link the Pop and Serve. It's by Black & Decker in the description box if you're interested in it. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but highly recommend this popcorn maker if you're in the market for one. So here's the finished mix. To be honest, it's not my favorite. It's very dry. I think what I would do next time is, one, definitely don't bake it for the 50 minutes. I stopped about 10 minutes before the 50 minutes, so I only went about 40, and I rotated it every about 10 or so minutes, and it got pretty crispy, as you can tell by some of these pieces. So I'd probably do 30 minutes and rotate it every about 5. It's a little more time consuming, but I think that will, one, make sure that it's not so burnt. I don't know if it needs more butter, less seasonings. I'd honestly probably do a little bit more butter. I'd make it a little bit more moist, but I mean, it's okay. Definitely not my favorite. Probably won't make it again. Give it like a 3 out of 10. The next recipe I'm trying out is the queso fundido, and you start with 2 bell peppers and chop them. I don't really like bell peppers all that much, and so I finally diced mine almost into a puree in my food processor, which you'll see here in just a minute. I think it made it a little too juicy, so if you were going to make this and you do like bell peppers, I would just roughly chop them or chop them into fine pieces. It'll work a little bit better for you. And then you're gonna need 1 medium to small sized onion. You're gonna chop that. I roughly chopped mine because I do like onions, but you can chop it as fine or as rough as you would like. Oh gosh. I'm not crying, you're crying. And then you're gonna need about 1 pound of sausage, and so you're gonna brown that up, and then you're gonna add the onion and the bell peppers to it and get that all sauteed and cooked together. So you're gonna need a pound of Monterey Jack cheese shredded. I shredded mine in the food processor, layered it on the bottom, added some of the sausage and veggie mix on top, and then put the rest of the cheese and then the rest of the veggies and sausage on top. And then I put it into a 400-degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes, just checking on it to see when the cheese was nice and bubbly. It doesn't look super appetizing, but I can promise that it is delicious. I mean, look at that cheese pull. This recipe is bacon cheddar skillet cornbread, and so you take 6 pieces of bacon and get those cooking, and then while the bacon is cooking, you'll start incorporating all of the other ingredients to make the cornbread. I was jamming here to some commercial song. I was by myself. It was a great time. So now that all the dry ingredients are incorporated, I'm gonna go check my bacon. Watch here, I'll jump. It's because I got burnt. That bacon grease is no joke. Now that the wet and dry ingredients are mixed together and we've added the vegetable shortening, what we'll go ahead and do here is combine almost all of the cheese and almost all of the bacon. We're going to leave just a little bit to sprinkle on top. And so we're going to stir that all together and get it into our skillet. I melted about 2 tablespoons of vegetable shortening into my cast iron skillet. And then I'm going to put my ingredients, my mix, into that vegetable oil and let it sit there for about a minute, just so that way it gets a little bit firm. And then once it's firm, we're gonna put the cheese on top as well as the chives, and then we're gonna pop it into the oven. This cornbread is so good. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Would make again. And what's cool about this is you can mix up the different flavors to whatever you like and it would still turn out amazing. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and like it so I know that you like this type of content. I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy Super Bowl Sunday. Bye.